everyone, today's video is going to be about my Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo Evo. A few videos back I removed the wrap from the entire car just because that was kind of like my main priorities after getting the car. I really wanted to take that apart, see how it looked, and also already have it ready for the next wrap that's going to be on it, which is going to be a custom wrap that I'm currently working on. So now that that's off, it's time to do a few more things to it and also give you more of a vision on how it's going to look pretty soon. I know that a lot of you have been asking me, when am I taking this car to the track? The good news is that I do have a track event in a few weeks, so it is happening this month. Very excited. That's going to be the second time I drive this car at the track. The first one was in Buttonwillow. That was like months ago. I think like when I got the car, maybe like in April. Probably going to be a little bit rusty, but I am very excited and looking forward to this track day that's like almost around the corner, just in a few weeks. So prior to that track day, there's a few things that I want to get taken care of with this car. So the first thing that I want to do is just new fluid. So by that I mean like an oil change, differential, new brake fluid. I know that before with the previous racing, the previous owner, they were up to date with all the kart maintenance because I do have a binder that they gave me with all of that information. So I know they did keep up with that. But since I am going to be tracking it, and just to make sure, I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry, I do want to go ahead and take care of that myself before taking it to the track day, which is just in a few weeks. So the second thing that I want to take care of, which is probably one of just the most annoying things about this so far, are just these doors. So these doors are wide on both sides, and also the side view mirrors, which are currently off from the car just because I removed the wrap and I just haven't done it again. But these doors are going to change. So yes, I can't stand that it just looks like a Panda now with the exposed carbon, the white doors. So I will be changing this before the track day, and I will be fixing this. So it's going to be black. This is just going to be a temporary change. This is not something that's going to be long term because again, I am working on a custom wrap for this, but for the time being, this just bothers me. As exciting as all that sounds, today we are not working on any of those things. Today we are going to be working on something else, something that is more exciting, just because this will kind of give you kind of like a sample towards the vision that I have with the car, kind of like just give you more of an idea of how the car is going to look once it has the custom wrap that I'm currently working on with the designer, and that is wheels. So the Lamborghini is getting new wheels today. What I mean by new wheels is that it's still getting the same wheels, so the same style wheels, just in a different color. It's not getting like new wheels as in like new aftermarket wheels, just because these wheels were pretty much designed with the car. I mean, Lamborghini knows what they're doing. These are for the track, so these are durable. So I'm gonna stay with the same wheels. When I bought this car, it came with a spare set of wheels, so those are the exact same ones that I'll be putting on the car today. They're just a different color. So this is exactly what I mean when it comes to just giving you a little bit more of a sample, more of an idea of how the car is going to look with the new wrap. So this new color is going to give you a hint. These are my new wheels. This is so me. So I'm not really exactly sure the exact color of this. I honestly forgot the color palette of this, but this is obviously a pink. I wouldn't say a hot pink. It's similar but not as bright as a hot pink. And like I said, this is basically, these are the same wheels. So these are just a spare set of wheels of the one that the car currently has now. It's not the exact same color that the wrap is going to be, but something very similar. So something very similar to this and more. But this is again just giving you a little bit of an idea of what's to come for the Lamborghini and my custom wrap, which honestly I can't wait. So this is the helmet that I used to use. This is a motorcycle helmet, so I no longer use this because now recently, ever since I got this car, I did just get a proper helmet, and by that I mean a helmet that is up to standards. If you were to drive this car, if you were to compete in this car, that helmet that I just got is up to standards to that, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But for now, I just wanted to show you this for reference. This is the color that I had before, which I really honestly wasn't a fan of. So this one I did get painted a while back. I wanted it pink, but this turned out to be more of like a, I don't know, like a Pepto pink, and like I said, I really wasn't a fan of it. So when I went back to get these wheels painted, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't this color just because I really didn't like it. But just to compare the two, see how this one is more of a pastel color, more like a very light pastel color, again a Pepto color, and this is more what I had envisioned the entire time. So let's go ahead and get these wheels on the car to see how they look. So we're not going to raise it the traditional way, just like I do with all of my cars on a 2-post lift. We are going to raise it the race car way, which are using the air jacks on the Lamborghini. So let me go ahead and show you how that works. In order to raise the car the race car way, you do need a few things, which is everything that's right here. So you do need nitrogen, which is exactly what's inside this tank. You need a regulator, and you need it set to 400 psi, which is exactly what it's set to now. And then you also need these quick connects just for this hose. Now all of these quick connects on both sides, I'm going to show you the other side where it's attached to the air one. So all of these quick connects, the hose, and then now on to this side as well, all of these are rated for 1000 psi. So even though we're not using 1000, we're just using 400, it's just recommended just for safety reasons. So apart from that, we also need this special wand. So this wand came with the car when I purchased it, and this is pretty much what we connect to here. So once we connect this here and then we open it with this little lever right here, then the car will raise and then the 4 cylinders will come down. So it has a cylinder on each corner. So that's what's going to raise the car. And then you pretty much leave it just like that. You can work on it. I mean, this is just for whenever let's say you're competing and then you need to just pit in, they need to change the wheels, they need to change something, then that's the way that they use it, just so it can be a lot easier, of course, than just using a regular jack. But now that I showed you this, let's go ahead and raise the car. This is something just really cool that I always I mean, since I'm not used to it, I've never had a race car until here, I'm not used to it at all. It's always something that I find really cool. So let's go ahead and do that, and let me show you guys. Just like that, the car is now raised on all 4 cylinders, so it's on the air jack. So I actually just remembered why you would disconnect that and then just leave it jacked up. So in case you need to leave it just up here on the jacks for like an extended period of time, if you plan on, like, I don't know, maybe storing it or just periodically working on, I don't know, any changing wheels, suspension, then you can pull that wand off and then just leave it jacked up here, which I know this is going to bring something that almost a lot of people are going to ask me, which is about the safety of that. These are the 2 cylinders towards the rear, and then you can see, well, let me just move a little bit closer, and those are the 2 cylinders towards the front. Going back to safety, yes, you're right, you should always be concerned for safety, because I don't know, in case there's not enough pressure, there's a leak, and then this falls, they do have some safety, I honestly don't know what it's called, but they go around the cylinders here. I did get them, so I'm currently waiting on those. So again, if you want to leave it up for an extended period of time and you just want to make sure that nothing's going to happen, it's not going to accidentally fall, again, better safe than sorry, then you do have those safety that you put around the cylinders. This isn't enough clearance above the ground just for you to go underneath and then work on the car. Like I mentioned before, these air jacks are just meant for just quick little things whenever you're at the track, and then just swapping wheels, working on any suspension work, I don't know, working on brakes. That's what it's meant for. Now these wheels have center lock, which is really cool, just for, at least to me, just because this is the first time that I've had a car of my own with center locks and actually had to remove the wheel, which after having it, let me tell you that I see what is the big deal about this, just because it's so much better than having those lug nuts that it's honestly just so annoying comparing to this, and then having to put the wheel back on and aligning it. This is just a piece of cake. But in order to remove these wheels, you do need a special socket, and you'll also need a powerful impact. In this case, I have this Milwaukee one, so you can either get a cordless one like this one. It is really heavy though, or you can get a pneumatic one. I got this cordless one because, again, if I'm at the track and I need to either swap wheels, I don't know, check suspension, replace brake pads or anything, it's just a lot easier for me to work with a cordless one here. And then this one was actually recommended by the race team that I bought the car at. Whew, it's really heavy. I really like it just because it's really powerful, but this will tighten it enough where you go in with a torque wrench and you don't really need to do much. It already did a lot for you. So now that I've shown you that, it's time to remove all 4 wheels. Very easy, and then put on the new wheels and see how my Lamborghini looks with them. I forgot to tell you something really important. So this car is not the same as any other car that I've owned. It's not the same like a lot of cars, I mean, obviously, but it works different, at least when it comes to this driver's side, for both the left and the rear. So you know that saying that goes lefty loosey, righty tighty? So this is the opposite when it comes to just the driver's side for both the front and the rear. In order to loosen this, you're gonna go towards the right, and in order to tighten it, you're gonna go towards the left. So you're gonna flip that saying around, and it's going to go righty loosey, lefty tighty. I know it took me some time to get used to it, just because it's kind of like not what I'm used to, but when you go to the passenger side, it works pretty much the exact same way. So that'll be lefty loosey, righty tighty. So passenger side works the same as other cars. The driver's side for both front and rear works the opposite. The new wheels are on the Super Trofeo Evo. This looks 10 times better. I do like it a lot better than the black, even though I am a big fan of black wheels, but not for this car. This car needs something really loud. But just look at this, it just looks insane. Way better. I mean, what do you guys think? By the way, I did forget to tell you, those previous wheels, I am obviously they're a spare set that I can just swap between back and forth between them. They're not staying black. They are going to be painted a different color, which is not black. It is going to be another color that is going to be a part of the wrap, but I'll let you guys see that later once they're painted. But just, I mean, look at this. Well, I know it's not the best view here with the poles in the middle. Still need to do these doors because right now that is, apart from the wheels being pink and loud, this is just what's grabbing my attention. So once these doors are fixed, the doors and the mirrors are fixed and they are black, then we can actually take the car out and then it'll be better lighting, a better view around the whole car. Let me just show you the other side so you can see how it looks. I mean, it looks again, it looks better. It looks more, I mean, it looks like it's on the way to be more of a woman-driven Super Trofeo Evo, but now that they're on, it's time to torque them. This is the socket that I was using. So this is the socket that comes for those center locks. So this is just how it looks like, just so you guys can see. This is the torque wrench that I'm going to be using for this car. This is a torque wrench that I use on every other of my cars. So this torque wrench goes up to 250 foot-pounds, and then this torque wrench right here, this huge torque wrench, goes up to 750 foot-pounds. Now, why am I using this one today for the Lamborghini Super Trofeo and not this usual one that I use? Well, because these wheels have to be torqued to around somewhere around 450 foot-pounds. So of course the usual one that I use won't work. So again, this one that goes up to 750 is the one that I'm using. Yes, it is big, it is heavy, but I mean, that's the one that I need to use. This cordless impact will get you like about 90% there when it comes to tightening that center lock, but we still need that torque wrench just for the remainder 10%, just to set it at that specific torque value. But again, that is why I like this, just because it has a lot of torque. It is very powerful. Again, this car doesn't really work the same way as any other car, so it's not really the usual way where you just go with your torque wrench and then just torque the lug nuts and then that's it, you're done. No, this one works a little bit different just because you have to go to up to about 450 foot-pounds. So you do need two people. So in reality, you would have someone inside just pressing the brakes, because if you don't have someone inside, you're just going to be moving the car forward, the car backwards. You're probably going to be moving the steering wheel. You're not going to get nowhere. You're not going to torque it. So you do need someone inside and then someone outside torquing it. In this case, I'm going to be torquing it, so someone's going to be inside pressing the brakes every single time I go to the wheel, and I will torque it. Like I said, it is pretty heavy, so it is a little bit difficult for me. It's not easy, at least with this huge torque wrench, but I'm going to show you guys. Now that the new wheels are on, I am really happy with how it's looking so far. I won't go to say that it's looking so much better, because honestly it's not, with those white doors and those white side view mirrors, just because that really kills it right now. So that is the next thing that I'm going to be working at. But I have everything else for the maintenance. So I have all of the fluids, I have everything already for the doors and the side view mirrors to be changed to black. So that is coming really soon in the upcoming videos. And then once I get all of that taken care of, it is the track day, which is what I'm mostly excited for, to drive this car on the track exactly where it belongs again. So let me know, what do you guys think now with the pink wheels? Do you think it's going to look a lot better with the black doors, or do you for some reason like this whole panda look that it has right now with the white doors and the white side view mirrors? Let me know in your comments down below. And can you guess the color of the wrap that it's going to be now that it has these wheels? Remember, there are still other wheels that are going to be a different color. That's another color that's going to be included on the wrap that's not black, but that'll be later on. So for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.